All right, YouTube. Today we're going to play some Death Shadow. I've been starting to think about this list a little more so that we can get ready to play it at regionals in a couple weeks. Been liking, I think the metagame is pretty heavy towards like aggressive decks and like Burn and Dredge. So I've got these. Well, I guess to start, these are my Dredge cards right here. Got 2 Surgicals and 3 Anger of the Gods to help out against Dredge. And I think that the other popular decks in the format are like Burn, and then I think decks that will start to rise are decks that don't interact on Dredge's game plan, which are like spell-based combo decks. So I think Collective Brutality is a good way to go moving here in the future. I've got just another random removal spell in the sideboard to help against like the Tarmogoyf decks as Death Shadow Mire start to pick up a little bit, and humans. And got a little bit of a grind package between the Last Hopes, 2 Kolaghan's commands, and a Jace. I was playing with 2 Jaces for a while, but I had to make room for some Dredge cards. There might be a little less control moving forward just because the Dredge deck probably should be able to handle the control decks. So this is what we're going to start out with today. So let's just jump into it. Modern, competitive. Played this deck last night and beat 2 Dredge decks. So I was pretty excited about that. You can look at the trophy leaderboard. Sodek here. He plays Dredge no matter what. So that guy's obviously up there. I think if I can get the Dredge matchup, I don't think the Dredge matchup's that bad. Because, like, I have 5 really good cards to bring in, and it's a deck that's usually never going to beat Battle Rage. And I've had times where Crippling Chill, like, Creeping Chill obviously sometimes kills you, but there are other times where they just can't cast it because it's going to kill them. Like, just growing the shadow is going to be too much of a detriment to what they're doing. So I've had a lot of weird games against Dredge. I think part of the reason that makes I think the matchup is pretty close, but I think part of what makes it like hard to quantify is that none of the games are close. Most of the time I'm just getting blown out or I'm blowing them out with like a Battle Rage. So that's just something that's like that you've got to think about there, and it's hard to figure out exactly if I need cards or not for it because it's very much like, do I draw them? And if I don't draw them, the games are very close. If you do draw them, the games aren't very close either. There's usually no kind of grind them out in between game. They just kind of blowouts on either way. All right. My friend top 8 of this last tournament, guy I play with on the team tournaments all the time, Tom. I was really excited about that. I was kind of bummed I couldn't really like pay attention too much to what was going on because I was coming back from a wedding. Sounds great. I was coming back from a wedding, so I couldn't quite catch follow on Twitter to see how he was doing. So it looks like we're playing against Storm here, which my hand's a little slow. I guess it's not super great because we have 2 anglers, but two cards on the bottom. Yeah, everyone's good at something there. Folly Field. They have an island on top. let's check out what we have going on here. Mishra's Bauble. So I don't really want a Bauble, so I'm just going to fetch... Though I could, the Bauble might be good for delve reasons. Yeah, so, oh, we're playing against like a Blue Moon deck. Okay. So there's 2 remands. These 2 remands are going to body me because they're just going to do so much work against these Gurmag Anglers. So I think I'm just going to take the Madcap Experiment. This is definitely going to be like a Death Shadow game. Remand is very good against delve creatures. Heal through this turn. I think the 4 color, I don't know exactly, I don't know exactly what the 4 color deck does better than the Grixis deck, besides dominate uninteractive decks. I'm really surprised. I thought they were going to remand that. That's why I didn't play a land before. So now I kind of feel stupid. Take one of these. And we'll just play this tapped. This is a little case of me not thinking. It was in the middle of a section there. I think the 4 color deck is fine. Like it's better than most modern decks in my opinion. Like it's fast, it's linear. That's actually a sick draw. A little worried about a Blood Moon, but they're going to have to top deck it more than likely. There's also merit to if my opponent remands this to Serum Visions, look for a land, and then move into it, but not move into it. That's the wrong way to put it. I don't have anything. Street Wraith into the land just to make it a land drop. But we can save that for next turn. Once we start the beats. Hope I don't find another remand or a cryptic command would be kind of annoying. Because I could just, or like a Jace. Jace would be like super backbreaking here. That's exactly what this is. This is a Jace. That's a Madcap experiment. Now this is Platinum Empyrean. I don't actually have a way to get a Platinum Empyrean off the board in game 1. Unless I find both of my Dismembers. So we are likely dead. And I have to be able to cast the Dismembers without dying to this lightning bolt. So the game is likely over. Put on the bottom. On the bottom. Can you give me some quick tips and tricks with the Street Wraith? We're just like super dead here. I'm just kind of like dirtling around. You should hold your Street Wraiths because it is better. Yeah, I don't think I can win because like I have to go dismember. Yeah, we're just gonna go to the next game, not waste our time. So like Street Wraith is best used in conjunction with Serum Visions to help you draw your top card that you scry. So that's like a really good use of Serum Visions, one that you should definitely use. So I tend to sandbag my Street Wraiths until I can set that up. Now we got to sideboard a little differently here. Let me just fix my size. So we want these. Want this. Want these. I don't want the Battle Rages. Don't want Dismember. Don't want my Fatal Pushes. I could see shaving like a Street Wraith or 2 for a Brutality. We can do that. I like to keep some bolts in because they might have Young Pyromancers. I'll leave myself a little open to Thing in the Ice. Buffing Bolt. Chansey would have attacked. Oh, because like ultimately for me to be able to get that Platinum Imperium off the board, I would need 2 Dismembers in 1 turn. And I would likely have to be able to pay like full retail for one of them because we know my opponent has a bolt. Like I'm not 100% dead, Carjatum, but like it's also not worth me playing to that one. Like it's just not worth my time. I'd rather just move on to the next game. Like if my opponent plays correctly, I'm 100% dead because I can't get that thing off the board with my main deck. And I would just rather move on to the next game because I like to think that I like to give my opponent the credit that they are playing 100% correctly. I'm likely going to board out a Gurmag Angler on the draw because of Remand, but we're going to leave them all in now. Bring in just like another Brutality. I have to worry about Blood Moon. Like it definitely was not actually dead, but was dead many turns later. So this is unfortunate. And I think I'm going to mulligan. Because like we're likely not going to be able to cast this. These are far off. Yeah, it sounds okay. I don't think we want this. I'm not going to fetch quite yet. All right, so I did bring in some creatures. So let's just take this click. That click's gonna, we don't have an answer for it right now. The thing is gonna beat up on me. They went in, they split them. So I kind of want to just fetch an island because it's like a very real chance my opponent has Blood Moon in their deck. And I don't want to just like be cold to that. And there's also a chance like but like to give red sources, I'm gonna need to do this anyways. I guess we can just be vigilant of it. And like as soon as we do find a threat, this Stubborn Denial is gonna be turned on to help us out. Right, we don't want either of these. That like I could have fetched a like a I could have fetched like, oh, now that I hit that, I feel kind of bad with the way that I fetched. But I was gonna have to fetch a dual land regardless because to encounter to cast my red spells. So I'd rather just like not play around it at all versus like half do it. It does kind of suck that that just gets tagged by Remand. So now they have Remand, Serum Visions, Steam Vent, Snapcaster. I understand your point of view. These kind of situations. Yes, that's a very an Assassin's Trophy would have been very good right there. If pending we would have found it, like the best way to deal with that card is to interact with it on the stack, though. Yeah, we're just gonna pass. I thought like if we had a Thought Scour, that would be nice in our graveyard because we could like force action on their turn. It's always tricky playing against these blue-red decks. That's kind of scary. I think I'm going to fetch a swamp, even though it puts us a little bit further off of, well, the problem is now we can't Remand and have stub up. Yeah, that was stupid of me to fetch there. I just should have waited. All right, let's just hold this, play this, and pass. This click's annoying. Yeah, it's always tricky playing against these blue-red decks. You never know, like, how much removal to bring in, what kind of removal do you need. Like, Vendilion Clickless Remand is just a very good setup against, like, these kind of decks. I mean, just in general. Like, you can hide, if you can have a click and play and then not get it remanded and I do damage to myself. It's pretty annoying. Definitely could be in trouble now. I don't think my opponent's going to take anything. They took a Snapcaster. That makes sense. It like makes if you're going to take something like that's card you take, but like my Snapcaster is not doing anything as it currently at the moment. I would love to draw a Death Shadow. Oh, we're just so dead. We just had like a very awkward draw. There are probably some things that I could have done as well to manipulate this game to a little bit of a better spot. Because they're going to flash in Snapcaster Opt. I guess, like, how do I win? I Thoughtseize them. I take their Remand. And then I draw Death Shadow into, like, something to deal with this click. Because we're going to go to 9, and then the Snapcaster's click is going to hit us to 4. Just Stone Cold Negate. Okay. We're in quite a bit of trouble. Like, these decks are really odd. Because, like, if you can get under them and you can, like, land a threat on 2, you're going to win pretty easily. Because they don't kill creatures very well. But they get into this little dirtly game against you that is kind of tough because you have to deal damage to yourself. So, like, I don't enjoy playing against these kind of decks. They're very tricky. So that's probably what they drew. That's their I think they've had that Serum Visions for a while. All right. Well, there's the answer to click. Put on the bottom. Put on top. Now, if my opponent taps below Remand here, we actually can like Thought Scour them, and then K command. Yeah, so we're gonna end up K commanding. We're gonna Thought Scour our opponent, draw the K command, and then we're going to hit this click and make them discard because they can't hit the Remand. This leaves us like tapped out, not in really good shape, but they ditched a Snapcaster. Jesus. But like, you know, we're not really beating a lot right now. No, they milled a snap. No, never mind. They didn't ditch. They just ditched a Blood Moon. Okay. And that's the game. Which is like something that we definitely, you know, saw ourselves losing to. We needed, like, we had to deal with this click. This click's going to kill us. And they have Remand up too. So we can't even like Jace fight. Yeah. We're good. We are good. Tough way to start the stream. We'll need to rattle off 4 more and then we'll be good. Always feels bad losing the first one. That wasn't even close too. I know we mulliganed in the second game. We just kind of got madcap cheesed out. in my opinion, decks like that are like probably the better control decks. How's it going, Archmage? Just because like they do have those free wins. Those free wins are very important. Would like to play the Traverse deck again at some point. Though I do not really understand my opponent's, like, I don't really understand that guy's list. Like, I played quite a bit. I mean, obviously, like, he won. Yeah, like, I'm not, like, those are the, like, if you get underneath that deck, you're going to absolutely destroy it. Because they actually, like, can't kill a Death Shadow or a Gurmag Angler. This is a really pretty explosive Death Shadow hand with a Battle Rage, so we'll keep this one. This is like a turn where if we're playing against something like non-interactive, we can bolt ourselves. But Bloodstained Mire is likely not that. I was talking about to like, you know, they have free wins. That's what I was meaning there, Archmage. I think that deck is, I don't really understand how his list, I just don't really get his list. Because like, I played that 4-color Shadow deck for a long time. And like, everything about that list goes against a lot of how like heuristics that I had to build it. Like, I hated traverse targets in the sideboard. Oh, so we're playing a Shadow Mirror. Unless they might be playing Hollow One. I hated traverse targets, or yeah, we're playing Hollow One. I hated traverse bullets in the mirror. Yeah, we might get lucky. Could have fetched to thin. Yeah, we got lucky. But like those decks, like Death Shadow decks can only be so bad because they have such busted draws. All right, now we go down. We're going to go get Steam Vents so that we can bluff the most things. And this bolt's going to hit ourselves if we get the chance to. Yeah, if they go to bolt our Shadow. My opponent's likely pretty dead because we can just do so much. Like, we can probably kill our opponent next turn because we can do 4. If my opponent plays a creature. Yeah, this is a Collective Brutality. Oh, I guess he gained and drained me. I guess I didn't think about that. By him gaining and draining me, I didn't have to bolt myself. Well, that's not good. Okay, so I kind of want to play this Blood Crypt tapped so that I can full retail Dismember next turn without taking any life points. Then I can beat like Flamewake, like land, Bloodghast, Flamewake Phoenix. So we're just going to crack in for 8. Play this tapped and then pass. I actually didn't see any of the coverage, which I was kind of sad about. Like, Tannen, I don't remember if you remember the Infect player that top 8'd, but yeah, the Infect player that top 8'd is the guy that I team with for basically every tournament, every team tournament that I do. Like, Tom is the man. I was just saying he could just cast it. That's what I was thinking about. My opponent says LOL. Yeah, Tom is really good. Like, Tom plays Magic probably like he doesn't play a whole lot of Magic because he's, what is this? There's Secular Street Wraith. He doesn't play that much Magic because he works a lot, but he spends like 2 hours thinking about his deck before every tournament and just like does really well. Like he's a really sharp player. I think that's his second open top 8. If you count the one that I did with if you count our team one. It definitely sucked that he ran into playing Infect. He ran into the main deck, the main board, whatever it is, the main board. What's a card that's really good against 1/1s? Dark Blast deck. So I have no idea how to sideboard in this matchup because I have like a lot of cards. Like I have a bunch of graveyard cards. I know that I don't ever really like Snapcaster in this matchup as it's too slow. I usually shave one of these. I shave some discard spells. I used to like shave some of the 1-drops. I haven't seen any of it. Like I've just been so busy, or I just like work's just been hectic. I haven't seen any of it. I saw some Twitter banter about it, about the tournament, but besides that, that was pretty much it. You guys are recording the podcast tonight, right? I think we're going to go like this. On the play, I'm going to want to bring in another stub. I've still got enough removal spells to handle like the little morons, like the 1/2, and we can handle. We can sweep up like Bloodghast Flamewake Phoenixes. I don't know if Extraction's really where we want to be here, but we're gonna try it. Recording within the hour. I plan on it, yeah. Like I plan on watching. Got a sweet new setup. Yeah, I'm gonna probably catch the podcast tomorrow or catch the VOD tonight, depending on how long I go and if I can like sleep well or not. You guys getting things getting hot and heavy tonight, or they're just chit chatting about your weekend, which is also a very good way to do it. Might be able to watch on YouTube. Nice. So I'm gonna keep this hand. We have a Serum Visions and a Surgical. And like multiple threats. And like it's not like irrelevant that this helps turn this on. Flame Blade up, good. Okay. Yield through this turn. So I'm not going to Serum Visions now because we hit another land here, so we don't need to set up. It's probably for the best. Yeah, I'll definitely either pick it up tomorrow morning or pick it up tonight after I get done streaming. You guys will be, it'll be on your, I'm just going to kill this now on spot. It'll be on your Twitch channel, right? So if I get done streaming, you guys are still casting that I can send the people over. I'm going to get a Watery Grave, even though it doesn't let us cast Battle Rage, but we're going for a while. Spotify now too. Holy shnikes. 10, you should plug it here. We got 28 people here. Your podcast is sweet. You should plug it. Tannen's a part of the Grinders podcast, which is it's the Grinders, right? Is the name. I always get that one confused with MTG Grindcast, like the other one. And I don't know. I'm a big fan of that one. Grinders podcast. Yep. So now I don't really think it's worth me surgical just a Flameblade Adept. Besides the fact that I might want to mess with their Delve cards, and that helps me turn on Delve. Because like no matter what, they're likely going to take this Serum Vision, so we're just going to wait. Yeah, we'll be live on yours. Yeah, so then yeah, I will check yours when I'm getting ready to sign off. Took my Serum Visions, which we pegged. Huh. So I am going to want another land, I think. Yeah, we're going to want another land. So let's play this, cast this. We're just going to yield. We're going to do this in their upkeep. Yield through this turn. If we see they're drawing another one of these, we actually could just surgical it. They're drawing a swamp. Okay. Oh, I'm so stupid. I could have surgicaled. Yeah. No, I just punted. I could have surgicaled and played Gurmag Angler last turn. Nope. Yeah. Just toss that. Yeah, that's annoying. So we're going to pay attention here. I guess, oh man, this means I can cast. Yeah, no, that was definitely no bueno. So now we're drawing 2 cards. No, that's totally fine. So what I'm worried about, I kind of just want to snap a surgical off, because if they do, because like they can cast Gurmag, but we're going to be able to outpace Gurmag Angler. So let's just hit one of their recursive cards. Like, it's not a big deal here. Because whatever, if they attack us for 5 and hit us, then that's fine. I guess I should have fired it off there. Now our hand's pretty useless. I took my surgical, which means I have an answer to this shadow more than likely. It also just, like, I'm very far off from casting it. So now we're just going to do that awkward draw go. And just none of us is doing anything. Let's untap here, because we don't have a lot of expensive plays. I'm going to do this in their upkeep, because they've shown us a bunch of Thoughtseizes. And I don't think there's a card that, well, we could draw a stub. So then, well, stub's likely not going to do that much. They're drawing a goblin more. Okay. So now the big question is here, do we let this thing crack us? Engineered explosives for 1. Okay. So they dished Flamewake Phoenix, Hollow One, and another EE. They hit another land that I'm going to push this. If not, I might just let this hit me, because it's going to enable my shadow. Okay, so now we don't really want to deal with that Flamewake Phoenix. So let's just get rid of this right now. And then we're going to have to figure out how to time this. Or just, you know, maneuver our way around this. We have Kolaghan's command. That would be a pretty sweet draw. Okay. I think I'm going to let this hit me. No, if they return it, it's so bad. You're very pretty. I like you.
Dear Dylan,
Kevin
you're
says
very
you smell, but
pretty.
he's wrong.
I like you. Kevin says you smell, but he's wrong.
How's it going?
Sincerely,
Thank you very much for the
us.
sub. What does Kevin know? I think I'm just going to dismember this, because if they have a way to recur these, then I'm going to want every point of life total. But I want to be able to get my shadow in play. You guys are playing the rock deck? No more Lingering Souls? Yeah. Let's see what's going on. We're going to be in a lot of trouble if they find a way to recur this Phoenix, but at least now we're kind of like handcuffing them. Like their whole turn is Goblin Lord plus blow this up. We have another Shadow. Jeez. Stony Silence is nice. They're just not casting a Goblin Lord. That's odd. The big question here is, after they blow this up, should I play 1 or 2? I think I'm going to play 2. I'm not going to play around another Engineered Explosives. Especially when, like, the Battle Rage is just... I mean, Battle Rage is, I guess, means I could just play 1. So yeah, Stony's not worth the white splash, I would say. I would agree with that. Not interested in running Dark Confidant. You're playing Bob and Rock. Oh, okay. So what is that? That whole deck's just like Tireless Tracker. I can't believe, why are they... Do they not have this? Alright, so them not ditching a hollow one is a little nerve-wracking. This is a very odd setup here. My opponent's just like super dead. Because even if they go land like Delve card, bring back their Flamewake Phoenixes. I just attack with my Death Shadow. They hit me to 4. I attack with Shadow, and then I just Battle Rage over the top and kill them, I think. Because I go to 9, 9, 9, yeah. And then like, even if they find some way to bring them back and not have me dead, then, or not bring them back, then I could just, yeah, they're just like dead 6 ways to Sunday here. This is the base list. It's been phenomenal win rate. Tron. So I don't think any deck has a win rate of 80% against Tron. Because like I just think Tron's that good. Yeah, I mean it's a mid-range deck, you know. All right, didn't get there. I don't really know if I want to commit the other Shadow to the board. One card they kept could easily be like a Fatal Push. I'm just not going to play around the 3rd Explosives. We're just going to like give them the business. That's just the math. Humans is still no one testing. You're killing me, man. 60 to 75 win rate against Dredge. You got the best deck in the format, my friend. Look at you. If this is real news, Andrew, I might have to try this thing out. This Nissa Vital Force has got to be a little cute. I don't know. I guess we can languish. You don't say. I do like Bob in these decks. I really wish Grim Flare saw more play in the format. All right. Turn it around. I'm going to grab some water. I'll be right back. All right, give me a second. I have to, wait a second. I have to just fill up her humidifier. All right. Yeah, my wife's been sick, so that's why I'm playing here. Nothing beats Tron. Tron was this hand's sweet. Tron was ultimately the reason that I stopped playing black green decks. Nothing beats Tron. It was just like, because like I would sit there and I would strip the game down to no resources. You played the 4-color? Yeah. What'd you think of it? Let me tell you, that 4-color Shadow is the best deck in the format against spell-based combo decks. It's like what this Grixis deck does against combo decks, but even better. I think in the dark we want that. With having like a very quick shadow hand, I think like a Stubborn Denial is something that puts the nail in the coffin. Okay. Okay, so I kind of want to just take this Faithless Looting. This Monastery Swift Spear is not going to matter. Yeah, I just kind of want to strand them. We're just going to take this Looting. No, yeah, I think you can only go so far wrong with Death Shadow because like, I mean, like you could argue that Death Shadow is a worse humans, which I get, but like it's a deck that is both linear and aggressive, which is kind of where you want to be in Modern. Okay, this is the Runaway Steamkin deck. I might not run my Shadow out here right off the bat. I don't think I'm going to. I'm going to put this on the bottom, put this on the bottom. So they hit another land. They have 6 points of burn. I can deal with that. They're far off of the... Even when they cast this, the Ritual doesn't do anything. The Temper doesn't do anything. This doesn't do anything. Then go like Ritual, Temper. I take 3, go to 8. Take 3, go to 5. I think I'm going to take the Bedlam Reveler. Like, we should be able to withstand their onslaught here. Yeah. Not gonna lie, when I did my accounting for damage there, I did not count for the 2 from Thoughtseize. Yeah, so they're gonna go like Ritual, Temper me probably. I go to 4. I go to 6. I go to 3. Play Shadow with Bolt, and then it would stop. But like then we're still kind of in trouble. Ooh, wow, that is so sweet. Yeah, my opponent hits a Bolt, they're just gonna kill me. I guess yeah, they had to hit Land Bolt, but wow, that was pretty cool. That's a really nice draw. So we're gonna hold up Stubborn Denial. Attack, play another one, and hold up Stubborn Denial. Ruh-roh. Yeah, this means we're just dead as a doorknob here, more than likely. Yep. Well, that was impressive. There, I did not see that kind of an explosive start coming from my opponent. Just went a little over my head. So maybe I'm supposed to just take the Ritual, but like if I take anything but the Bedlam Reveler, they can pretty easily enable the Bedlam Reveler. So I don't know. I think I just want removal. Probably these Brutalities are decent. The Stubborn Denial is probably decent. And I could just treat this like a burn deck. I kind of like Kolaghan's Command against this deck because it looks like a critical mass deck. even though they could like discard a Fiery Temper and kind of get us, we could like they need all their spells to go off, and if we can just slowly pick that apart, I think that's going to be pretty good for us. We're going to go like this. Give this a try. Yeah, we got there. So, you know, like there's no other real way around it. Like, we just got. Like, didn't think our opponent could kill us, and our opponent's like, yep, we can kill you. I've been playing a lot of Standard recently as well. Like, Standard's just sweet. I wish I had Standard events to play for it, but I just don't. All right, ship this. All right. Our deck has not been kind to us. So we're going to keep a land on top and then Bauble main phase so that we can draw the land and still stub or push something. I think it's not bad, actually. It's like a land or like probably it's a land and a Thought Scour from being really good. We don't want that. So we're going to check our top card. Okay, Gemstone Cavern. That's a really odd one, I think, for this deck to have. Like, it's very odd to see a Cathartic Reunion deck have Gemstone Cavern, in my opinion. Yeah, Standard is sweet. Standard's just like, when Standard's good, it's just, in my opinion, it's just the best format. But when it's not good, it's really not good. Swear to God, if we draw a Gurmag Angler, we're going to curse the Shuffler. Nice. Island. Riftbolt. Okay, so that's their only land. So 13, 14, so it's going to put us to 12. And then next turn, we go to 10. If they do find some way to do damage, and the stub's turned on for negate. Yeah, I think that's too good not to whack. Plus, if we hit a fetch land, that means we can play. We can get nasty. Now we can get nasty and play Shadow. Nice. Yeah, it's really odd to me that this deck plays Gemstone Cavern. Because, like, as we saw, they needed literally, like, every card to turn the corner and kill me last game. And you would think that, like, they would not want to pitch a card. Exile Riftbolt. Okay. I'm just going to play this tapped. We don't really care if this hits us, then they're dead unless I can provide like a blocker. I feel like we're in good shape, but well, I guess I could hit land, bolt, we're dead. Yeah. What a funky deck. Hopefully we can hang on and get the second game. Get the match, I mean. Game 3. Oh, Moto's tweaking out. It's probably my computer. It's the old streaming from a laptop problem. So we're cold to... If we take Dismember out, we can't actually kill Bedlam Reveler. But Squee. Well, okay, yeah. If they had a Squee, then I'll be damned. Kolaghan's Command might be slow in the draw, but, like... I don't know. I just feel like they are like a synergistic deck that needs all their cards. And even if you can just like get a 2-for-1 or just make them discard cards. Like I think if I had like a duress, I can do this here. I also don't really know what else I want to bring in. Like I don't really want to bring in Dismember against the Fiery Temper, Lightning Bolt, Monastery Swiftbearers deck. So I think this is what we're gonna do. Wild Command is not great, especially on the draw. It's gonna be a tad slow, but we might be able to set up a point where we can play a slower game. Just not go pedal to the metal and just kind of try to, oh, geez, earthquake. Try to pick apart what matters. All right, seems pretty solid. So turn 2 angler. Is it? 1, 2. It's almost assuredly. So 1, 2. Next turn 5. I have to have fetch land. 1, 2. Next turn 5. We're gonna put this on the bottom. If I like hit a fetch land, then I can play an angler on 2. We can get nasty. But it's got to be either fetch land or Bauble because we don't have Street Wraith in to put an extra card in. Something like a. This deck makes me wish that I had whatever it is, Spellbomb. We're probably gonna fetch a Watery Grave because this gives me the option to play Death Shadow next turn and like have the black and the blue. And I'm pretty okay with them just, if they bolt my shadow, they bolt my shadow. Deals 1 damage to any target that was dealt damage this turn. Okay. It just kind of keeps them spinning. Yeah, I think we're going to go to go down here. Because even if we put a Death Shadow out to get slaughtered, that's okay. We can still spike a fetch land. Those are not bad. I kind of want all of these. That's interesting. But I also want lands. I don't think we're gonna have time for this one. I'm not sure, Teddy. I'm gonna at least finish my league. I'm in match 3. I'll probably play one more, depending on how fast we go. This is interesting. I think we're gonna put it on top, and then we're gonna go to 11 and run out of shadow. Because if they bolt my shadow, then I can play Gurmag and Stub next turn. And if they bolt my shadow, they're not bolting me. And if they bolt me, then that's not good either for them. Unless they kill me. Which I would be surprised if they could figure out a way to kill me. But that's what happened game 1. Game 1, I just didn't really know what was going on. What are you up to, Teddy? Yeah. Okay, well, at least that didn't hit me. Is a Steamkin? Or are we gonna like Manamorphose? Yeah, you got it, dude. I guess they're what? They're 4 spells. So I guess I can go Ritual Bedlam Meddler, but they would have to discard 4 cards to do that, which isn't necessarily the way you want that done. This is a Blood Moon. I'm gonna puke. Manamorphoses are good. It's the value of just making your deck smaller. Leveler, Temper Ditched. Yeah, this is not good. Especially because our Shadow's dead, and it's going to be a little tough for our Angler to tango with this, maybe. At least they've only got 2 cards. Yeah, we're in a tough spot. I'm going to be pretty liberal with this Stubborn Denial because we have a Snapcaster. Yeah, like we're just going to hit this. And then hope they don't go like land, flash it back. Just another Reveler. This was gross. Yeah, just temper me. Got a block. Okay, let me think. So if I dump these 3 cards in my graveyard, that's 5 cards. And then I fetch 1, 2, 3. So I can dump everything and then play Gurmag Angler. Which isn't a really great spot, but like we're still just dead to a lightning bolt off the top. I probably no, I should have definitely fetched a red source there. I don't think there's really any difference between 1 and 3. I guess Monastery Swiftspear. We just cut off a bunch of our deck though. Didn't matter. Yeah, this was a little frustrating. I think I definitely lost game 1 from like a lack of familiarity. Just not knowing really what's going on here. I haven't played against this deck quite yet. That much. I played against it a couple weeks ago. Not a couple weeks ago. Probably a week or 2 ago when it was just starting to come out. And I had some good matches, but I was not super impressed with it. But you know, it didn't have Cathartic Reunion in it, so like maybe the deck has evolved. But yeah, that did not feel good, to say the least. See if I missed anybody here with Zoltrax. You're still in the chat. Thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. And again, thank you, Andy, for the Andy or Andrew, whatever you prefer. Thank you for this resub. Man, it's taking a while. I guess the standard's just been popular, so it's making it so that it's taking longer for the modern queues to pop. But standard being popular is good for the game. We're all about good for the game here. Might look up a 4-color list to stream tomorrow. It's been a hot minute. Something that I don't like about the 4-color list is that, like, man, if you ever play against blue-white control and you just draw a basic land, you're just, like, so dead. Should have restarted Moto, probably. Why, there's that much of a lag. His hand's not great, but we're going to keep it. It's hard to discard. It's hard to ditch, like, something to do on turn 1, a Snapcaster. All right, playing against Dredge. It's good. It's going to be good to figure this out. I beat Dredge twice last night. But it's always good to know what we're doing here. like I said, it's hard to determine like how the actual matchup is against Dredge, just because of the nature of the games. It's going to give me Watery Grave. This is definitely not a good hand to have against Dredge, though, which is a little, sometimes why I like to be a little aggressive when I mulligan with these, because it is nice to just, let's get rid of this looting. It is nice to be able to threaten like a turn 2 threat, and we just can't do that. Okay. So they get the Dredge. They hit a Dredger, which is good for them. So now we know they have an Imp in their hand as well. So not really doing a lot. They did hit a Loam, but they don't have any way to bring it back, but they have another Imp. So they're like still doing pretty decent. So there's the Shriekhorn. So they have double Imp. Amalgam is my opponent's hand currently. But with like plenty of Shriekhorns active. Need Thought Scour into fetch land. Or like Street Wraith, Street Wraith, Street Wraith, Street Wraith, Death Shadow, Battle Rage. That would also be a realistic and good sequence of draws. Spot removal, not great. Basically looking for Death Shadow at this point. Battle Rage is important. Gurmag Angler is not. There's actually merit to me playing a tap land here just to kind of preserve my life total. They might take a natural draw because they don't have a way to get this loam going. What do I want to do? I don't want to stub the loam. Let's just go. Let's see if they're going to be dredging. Oh, I guess I should have checked my card out because this doesn't really matter. But they might, I don't know, they might be in a position to just take a draw step. I might have made a mistake there too because by cracking this now, I can't push a Stink Beat, though that's never really a game that you want to play. One, two, three, four. So I think I'm actually going to play this tapped. Play a tapped Blood Crypt so that on my next turn, I can play Gurmag Angler and have taken like the least amount of damage possible. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. I wonder what they're going to do. There's Bloodghast. They're probably just going to take a draw. Like, I think they should take a draw. Their hands Amalgam Stinkweed Imp. Like they're not doing anything. A land would be nice for them. Yeah, like they dredge Stinkweed Imp, but they're not doing anything. You're just passing, right? Yeah, I think it was right to take a draw there. All right, well, there's half of the prize. I think it's also right for them to take a draw step next turn as well. Because they just have another imp. So they have two imps, an amalgam, and I likely know the second card. The fourth card, I just haven't been paying attention. Like maybe they just have a set of, maybe they're just, yeah, maybe they just have 3 Stinkweed Imps. Like we could very well still lose this game, but I think that this is a little indicative of what's going on with the Dredge deck. Like I don't think it's that great. I think it's obviously good, but I don't think it's like pre-Golgari Grave Troll good. Like this Creeping Chill obviously does something, but it doesn't fix an inherent problem with the deck, in my opinion. And the problem with the deck is consistency. And like while it adds explosion, which is good, it doesn't necessarily fix, like the main issue is like not really explosiveness, because against a lot of decks you set up a board that is like a virtual turn 3 win, and like you can power through the rest of the game and go long against like, it's probably better against like degenerate combo decks. Man, my opponent is like playing at a spectacular pace. I guess while my opponent's going nuts here. I appreciate y'all for showing up and hanging out. My name's Dylan. I'm a part of the Card Hoarder Network. If you guys like to see, please hit the follow button. If you have any Magic Online needs, you should check out Card Hoarder. If you want to interact with me more, you can check me out on Twitter. I talk a lot about Magic, tweet about my dog, things like that. So you should definitely check that out. I archive all of my streams on YouTube. So if you miss something, you want to check it out, you can go to my YouTube channel, which is linked below. And Gamer Craze is a store in upstate New York where I learned to play Magic. So you should check them out for all of your Magic needs, as they have competitive prices, as they have a lot of colleges near them. So my opponent took a draw step, hit this Bloodghast, and played it. So they have 3 Imps and an Amalgam left in their hand. So I think what we're going to do here is we're just going to attack. Like we're turning this Gurmag Angler sideways for the rest of the game. And we're likely going to go like flash this Snapcaster Mage in, block this Bloodghast, especially if my opponent dredges, push this Amalgam, and just keep leaning on him. We might have to use this Battle Rage a couple times. So there's actually an argument to just Battle Raging here, and then setting up, maybe if we draw a fetch land to play our Snapcaster, fetch an push an Amalgam. No, we can't do that. My gut tells me to Battle Rage. Oh, my opponent just conceded the game. This looks like an I'm not here, I need to go concession. Yeah, they just had to leave. All right, well, that's sad. I wanted to play against Dredge. I want to restart Moto here. So let me just put this back up here. Ready? Here's a picture of my cute dog when he was a puppy. He's no longer a puppy. He's a 70-pound beast. £70 and huge. This was my cute little picture that I used to take when I was streaming and would take him out. Nope, nope. Yeah, so we're just going to hell out here. Yeah. It's a little odd. Like, I don't necessarily play Moto for free wins. Like, free wins are nice, but I would like to learn. We didn't do that, which kind of sucked. Oh, I'm also super excited for the Red Sox. The Red Sox are up 2-0 right now. Big Sox fan, sort of big Sox fan. I'm from New England, so we always root for them, but I don't follow the games too much. Moto's lagging a little bit, so it's getting up here, but they're up 2-0. I'm actually going down. My grandfather, who lives down in Virginia Beach, probably 3 or 4 hours from me, is like the biggest Red Sox fan you can imagine. So I'm going down to see him this weekend to watch games 3 and 4 because they might clinch down there. They'd have to sweep them, which would be surprising, but they could. Let's put the stream back up here. Let's get our game going again. I need to like go through my computer and get rid of a thing or two on it. Has been running a little slowly lately. All right, I would like to play first. I think I've played against this guy already this league. Yeah, I played against him round 1. God, I wish I remember what he was playing. We'll keep this hand. We're gonna play Island Thought Scour. Oh, he's the Blue Moon deck. Okay. Drawing a second angler, not good. Put on the bottom, put on top. That's a Street Wraith trick that I was talking about that somebody was asking about earlier. Sucks we were, if that had been a fetch land, we could have gotten a nasty down. Yeah, so we're just going to take this Remand. Double Jace is a little scary. But if we hit land drops, we can go like Thoughtseize Jace, Snap Thoughtseize Jace. All right, well, let's start off by getting Gurmag Angler in play. Deck's much better with a threat in play. And then hopefully we draw a land, and then we can deal. So we know that they're going to be able to, they just Blood Moon us. Oh, I guess that doesn't really matter. It kind of does. So we know they're going to be able to Jace me. So we take this Jace, play a land. They're going to try to bounce. They're going to bounce our Gurmag Angler, and then we're going to flash in Snapcaster. And no, we're not going to do that. I might just flash this Snapcaster Mage in now. They might try to Bolt Snap Bolt this Angler. I mean, it's definitely going to be Bolt Snap Bolt. And then we get this Jace, and it's like one draw step against what we've got going on. And we're pretty close to just flashing back. If they just remand this, then that's okay. Bit of a tempo loss, but if they play Jace, we're just going to go and bounce this. We're just going to flash Snapcaster Mage in, Inquisition their Snapcaster Mage, and have the Jace dealt with. It was a pretty poor play for my opponent to not play Jace last turn. And now we have to play another Snapcaster Mage and take their Snapcaster Mage. Gets us further away from Angler, but like, you know, such as life. Hitting the land drops there is nice. I think I'm going to target Thoughtseize just in case they hit like a 4th Jace or a Madcap. Our life total is not under that much duress. All right, well, having another Snapcaster Mage is kind of a buzzkill. Then go Bolt, Snapcaster Bolt, clear our board. But we get to discard spell them. And then if we hit a land, we can play Gurmag Angler again. Yep. Guess we don't even need... No, we should delve all of it so that we could have a chance to cast the next one. Theoretically, if we hit a land, we can play Gurmag Angler again. So we know they have a Blood Moon. It's probably nice that they don't have Cryptic up. This could mean they have another Bolt. Yep, Bolt that, sure. This is on the bottom. I think we're going to put this on top. Let's Thoughtseize them so that we can get Shadow and play next turn. We know it's at least going to hit a Blood Moon. So that's what they drew. So that's what I was talking about here with this Blue Moon matchup. Is that it's very I'm gonna leave the Thoughtseize, yeah. Is that if you can get under them, I think you're in really good shape. But sometimes it can be difficult to get under them. This is probably targeting them. Yeah, they're gonna ditch this Blood Moon. Yeah. And I'm just going to run this Shadow out here, even though it's pretty small. Like, for them to be able to, like, if they have a Bolt here to deal with this Gurmag Angler, and the Shadow lives, if they Bolt the Shadow, the Angler lives. They have an island coming, so let's check out what they have spread. Let's just take their Snapcaster. They can cut me off black, but my opponent's mad in the chat. Nah, I won't respond to him. All right. So again, we're going to board the same way we did last time. Take these cards in, get rid of this, get rid of this, get rid of this. Then I'm going to cut 2 of these. I'm going to bring in 2 Brutalities. Though, I don't know, they might be light on Cryptic Command, as odd as that sounds. I think I'm going to board, cut 1 of these on the draw, and bring this in. Let's try that. Gurmag Angler can get so clunky against this deck because of Remand. Like, so can my other expensive spells, but, like, I want to at least, I want to try it without it. How much do you not want Temur Battle Rage in? I don't like Battle Rage against any sort of like grindy matchup or card economy matchup. So it's a little rough. I want to put this on top though. We can't play Angler, but on 2, like guaranteed by putting that on top, like such as life. We can play around Moon pretty easy. I'm actually just going to fetch Shock, get Blood Crypt, give us the option to still have the Death Shadow draw. Spreading Seas, Snapcaster, Cryptic Command. Well, this is annoying. But the island still... Do I still have the island after the Blood Moon? Does anyone in the chat know that? I'm going to take Snapcaster. But does anybody in the chat know how that works? That's something that I'm trying. I've liked Jace in earlier iterations of the deck. Like when I was playing around with it when it first got unbanned, I liked it a lot. Another island, okay. So 1, 2, 3. We could just jam because we know. But if we jam, they just Cryptic Command and bounce it. I don't really want to do that. I might get them. I might just see if I can get them to discard a card here. We're gonna get a little aggressive. It's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be the 5th card. Yeah, so we can play Gurmag Angler and have Stroke up next turn. Oh shoot, I can't do it. Oh, that's annoying. Well, then I just fetched. Oh, that's so annoying. Fetched the wrong land. Okay. Well, we got lucky here, so we can play this. Now this is actually free because it adds the discount on our Gurmag Angler. That screwed me a little bit. Now I'm going to cast it again because I'm just going to get it bounced now because of the remand. How's it going, Harry? Yep, another remand. Okay. Now they're going to cut me off a red source with this stupid Spreading Seas. But they don't have Cryptic Command up, which is a little scary. I'm going to try to cut off my black sources. This means they likely have like land, Blood Moon. Or they have Blood Moon, they're just looking for a land. EE for 1, you got it, dude. Let's go like this. Oh wow, there's not anything going on. So I might as well. There's no need in holding up double. So let's just delve so that if they do end up bouncing this, we can do something. This explosive's not really that explosive. That's a lighthouse. Okay. They're going to start looting on us, but we have double Disdainful Stroke up, so I'm feeling pretty solid. Hey, Tom. How are you doing? Tom, did you come through the... You are a subscriber still, Tom? God, you're great. Everyone in the chat, we have SCG Dallas top 8 competitor, Captain Tommy B in the house. Look at him right there. Just an absolute animal. You don't get anything. You get to carry me to more top 8s. That's what you get to do, Tom. Because you're an animal. We're gonna main phase this because we still have double stroke up. Dude, it is the best emote on Twitch. 1, 2, 3. We could get nasty, but then we have to get rid of a card, so we're not gonna do that. Wonderful. I'm ready for Ball next year. You've that long that you can play, Harry? I guess part of that's just because of where you live, right? All right, so I ditch Steam Vents. This is definitely not going to fire this K command off. Living in Arkansas is trash. This is, again, this is like what I was talking about when you play against these decks here, is that the Blood Moon. So they have Cryptic Command, so we can't even K command. So now we're just like all in on this Gurmag Angler, making it for us. Because we have 2 islands. We have 3 islands. We have 2 counter spells up. The deck list on the right, always been here. That's Stream Decker. That's an app that they've updated, Tom. Like they've had Stream Decker for a while, but it hasn't looked like that. I hope this produces blue. We're still a little trouble like a Snapcaster Lightning Bolt. That was nice. Sort of. Does this make blue mana? Yeah, it does. Oh, that's sweet. According to Moto, it produces blue. Oh, this might produce. Yeah, I'll have to see which one this Blood Crypt does in a second here. The Swamp is a basic. Yeah, it took me a second there. That one makes red. All right. Good to know. So what is this Snapcaster Mage going to do for me? Like nothing? I could just flash this Snapcaster Mage in so that if my opponent does click me, that at least has something left on the board. I put them to 1. Kind of down for that. But I don't really want to. I just kind of want to flash it in. Send the snaps lethal next turn. But that might be a little greedy. Look at that, Tom. Look at that emote. That's the Philly boy. Now, I guess we're going to untap. Kind of worried about click into Lightning Bolt here. There's the click. Targeting me. We're just not going to act. We still have their next play covered. Like, we don't have, like, click plus bolt covered. It does kind of suck not having black mana. In case anyone was wondering. I'm drawing to 2 lightning bolts now, too, I think. Yep. We do have 2 bolts left in the deck that we could just randomly hit. Oh, wow. We hit into the stub. So even if they have the bolt, we just got him covered 6 ways this Sunday. God, please play your lightning bolt. Oh, the salt is just flowing in here. That's what I'm talking about. It's just starting to come in here from the chat. I can already see it. I'm ready for this to come. 7 lands, top deck, and you're still top decking. All right, dude. To be fair, they should not have taken anything. Dude, all the salt. All right, we're going to play another league. This one was disappointing. We'll open up our pity chest. And then get one more going here.